Alliance's turn to pick.
I think it really rounds out their draft pretty well.
Yeah, and this is an interchangeable lane between Razor and Kunkka. If they don't want to lane this Razor against Queen of Pain, they can just sit the Kunkka there, and he does really well. It's just extra catch versus Queen 2. So while they don't necessarily have the best, I'm going to run in first kind of hero, Pango is going to fit that bill for them because he is going to be assigned farm priority here as the offlaner.
And they can be flexible for who runs in first, basically. I mean, Razor will get the first BKB most likely. And Kunkka will be generally tanky, but it could be other heroes that run in first too.
So Pango actually loves to run in first if he has farm, right? It's usually support Pango that you're afraid of, but if this Pango just doesn't have a bad lane, he can be the hero starting things for him. I'm just concerned for his ability to do so if Queen of Pain gets the ball rolling, so to speak, because you're just going to have this Bane versus him.
Well, do you think like Quap Orchid is still reasonable here, or do you think just more of a standard like Sanj, Kaya type build, like generic into core items?
I think Orchid is always reasonable. It just depends on the player and how they like to play. You can make an argument for Yules being very important this game versus Kunkka, but it just depends on player playstyle. We just watched a Division 2 game where Mastermind on Storm actually skipped Orchid entirely for Kai Sanj, even though it was a great Orchid game. So it really is player preference, but I would like to see the Orchid. Just because early game it would be very valuable versus Pango.
Would be, yeah, but it's going to elongate the timing where CoolGuys can easily kill Quap, because between Glimpse and X, it's really scary. I guess they have Nightmare for a slight save, and Terrorize to potentially cover her, but it's a little spooky with this much burst damage. If they just commit a lot to her, they can definitely kill her and then clean up supports after.
I think we're just going to see the typical Kaya Sanj into survivability item by Queen of Pain here.
I feel like she has to get a BKB this game, otherwise it's going to be too annoying to play against Kunkka Disruptor. Unless they just play really well as a team, that's obviously a great counter too. It's like if you know where the ganks are coming from, you avoid it, you're safe.
The very last second, they go for Lifestealer.
I mean, it's Magic Immunity, right? All the issues that Quap has surviving against these heroes, Lifestealer doesn't have to care about. He can infest an ally. If he's X'd or about to be glimpsed, he can rage. So that should make their game a little easier. But Razor is like the traditional counter against it, so it has some negatives too.
No, so while Razor is the traditional counter, he fares very well against the 4 other heroes, so they're just going to bank on that, and they're going to find a way to just kite the static link. Probably just build a couple of force offs on the supports, or maybe just infest bomb away from the static link. But he should have no difficulty getting away from Kunkka or killing him. Same with Disruptor, Pango, and Snap. The only thing is they can surprise him, right? They can just surprise him with a static storm on top of him.
And they're going to have to lane against the Razor at level 1 here, which could be a little bit iffy. They can Nightmare the Razor, hypothetically, to get some separation from Lifestealer or other people. But yeah, kind of an interesting draft. Cool to see slightly new heroes.
Do we feel like one team specifically won the draft over the other? Or is it a fairly even?
I like the CoolGuys draft. I think it just has a lot more like kill windows on Quap and some of the supports. So
I think CoolGuys draft makes more sense, but I do think Alliance confidently picked this Lifestealer, knowing that they were just going to outplay their enemies. So while maybe it's not my favorite draft, I do think Alliance will take the game.
It was pretty confident. They picked it a whole half second before they ran out of time.
I mean, there's other options.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out how this first game's going to play out. Together with our commentary team, it's Odie Pixel and T-Gov.
Thank you very much, CBS Alliance versus CoolGuys. I'm here with T. T, what do you make of this one? That Lifestealer pick coming out at the literal last second from Alliance in this draft. Is it a case of they knew what they wanted, they just want to spend time on it, or do you think it was a bit of, oh, what do we pick kind of going on?
It's difficult to say because I remember last season as well, Alliance did have this issue in drafting where it'd be kind of in crunch time in the draft and they would be using every valuable second. And it is impossible to know because, of course, teams aren't going to talk about this. Are they really conferring about what's happening? Is it more they know exactly what they want to pick and they're waiting? But personally, I always go down by the idea, if it's last second,
yes, then
they're indecisive. They're really trying to try and get the best hero locked in, but
because the thing is, like, call me an idiot, but Lifestealer into Razor is that doesn't feel good, does it, or is it playable?
Honestly, mate, when I saw them pick the Lifestealer and I had this Razor, it just felt a bit awkward because the last pick in the draft is meant to be this kind of gotcha style pick where you can really break through what you're seeing in your opponent's draft, and this is one of those kind of glaring moments where if Razor has an okay game, every fight, yeah. But I think there is actually some cute plays here because they mentioned on the panel, Lifestealer will be able to have, just shooting a bit around here. Lifestealer will have a good game into, Kunkka, Snap, Disrupt, for sure. It's a great Lifestealer game for that.
Yeah, great against the disarm for the Pango, you can rage it off.
Exactly. You won't get locked down from the Snapfire. Kunkka as a carry, it's all about, you know, locking down the hero and bullying them, constantly chipping them down, but Lifestealer does buy armor items pretty well. Also, you can just rage away from that stuff. Like, again, it's a very good Lifestealer game if they can somehow isolate the Razor every fight and get them away.
Sure. And before that BKB, they're going to have great ways of doing that, right? You know, Mars can push them away, Nightmare from Hanskin, the Fear from the Willow. And even when the BKB is there, they'll still have the Fiend's Grip. So without a doubt, you know, it's not going to be smooth sailing for Funnick to just turn up and Static Link Nico Baby in the midst of the action every single time. Unless, as you say, they do get like a good timing on the BKB and Funnick suddenly becomes this untouchable hero.
And you got Supreme playing the Queen of Pain. Like yesterday against Nigma, this guy was hitting double-digit kills and assists in both games, even though one was a win, one was a loss. Like, he was absolutely popping off on this co-op, and that's what you need from Alliance, right? Like, you just mentioned the lockdown. If they can just make Razor feel under pressure, it's kind of hard to get the link and commit, right? If you are under the threat of all this other damage. So, yeah, it's, again, it feels like a weird Lifestealer game, but I can see why Alliance has the confidence. Because if Nico Baby says, I can 1v1 the enemy carry and win,
then you give him the hero, you trust him.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you got to go with what he believes in there.
And I really hope to see a play where he gets linked, he then infests Quap blinks out.
That'd be nice.
That'd be pretty cool. And then you just re-engage after the link. That'd be a pretty stylish play. And again, this series is very important for both teams. They're both sitting 0-2 in the group stage right now. They kind of want to start getting a win under their belt because, you know, CoolGuys, they said in the interview, they want to drag one team down. CoolGuys winning this series, that kind of is dragging Alliance down with them.
And that's going to feel rough, right? You know, at the moment we've got what, 3 teams sort of sitting at 0-2. You don't want to be the first team to be 0-3.
Yeah, no one ever wants to be the biggest loser of the group. But this is the beauty, right? It's so early in the season that even if you are 0-3, there's always time to turn it around.
There is. Absolutely. Things can get very close towards the last few series. And as we say, especially in this sort of this, you know, post-TI sort of phase where we're having like new rosters, it takes time to reach sort of your peak potential. And maybe you meet that halfway through the season.
Honestly, the first tour is the scariest tour in any season. I think we saw that last season with Chicken Fighters, right? Where they qualified for Upper Division first tour, they then get eliminated from that, eliminated next season, and fully removed from DPC until now. Like, I think any of these teams in Upper Division that aren't already contending for like top 3, it's so scary. Being out of like major contention for next tour, like both of these teams really do need to pick it up, and that's why this series is, you know, again, it's the pivotal moment for either of these teams to kind of prove to everyone that they, the roster changes works for good and that they can kind of morph into a team that is competitive.
So far, in terms of the lanes, the cores, it's really just the top lane where there's a bit of suffering for Alliance right now. As expected, I guess, you know, there is a license against Razor. Mid lane should be fine. He's got the stick charges. So he's all cool. Easy for him. He'll better head back to base. So yeah, slow start for Nico Baby. They did make I believe it's just a single cap pull. So CoolGuys are actually going to have quite a nice, juicy creep wave coming into them on this top. So things are going to continue to look up for Funnick up here.
Yeah, this top lane is just about survival, really. You kind of want to make sure that Funnick doesn't build a massive lead. And they're doing okay right now, but yeah, it's one of those lanes where as long as Nico Baby isn't somehow killed by a wild cookie and some rundown of the static link, Alliance will be looking happy. Honestly, it's the Mars and Willow. They need to, I think, step up a little bit in the start of this game. Before, you know, minute 8, where the lanes collapse, like you need to see Mars Willow at least get a kill, be it on the Disruptor or the Kunkka. Just try and get that early advantage. That Quap can start then rotating with confidence. Yeah, Quap's doing amazingly mid, you know, 24 and 6. Yeah, the Pango with the 19 and 2. Again, it's a Quap against a melee hero.
See if they can catch Aramis. No, won't quite be able to do so. No further chase from the Kunkka. Knows with the Shadow Realm. Going to be a kill that they'll find. Maybe a second Thunderstrike. Good attempt from DNZ. Dropping the ward, trying to find the chance to pop that Thunderstrike down. And may have just done it, actually. Level 2 Thunderstrike would have certainly hurt. But could not quite find the vision.
The Kunkka and the Mars are actually copying each other for item builds. Double Gauntlet, Helm, Quelling Blade. Good old meta when armlets get put in. There you go, see that? Literally copying each other. Wait, there we go. There's the Kunkkas. Beautiful.
I mean, I feel like we see some variants, at least on the Mars. You know, do you like to see your Mars with the armlet or without the armlet? Like, what's sort of your take on Mars? Is it that strength line that you have to buy, or are there some situations where you do just, you know, you look for the things like the blinking rules.
I think honestly, having casual helm is cool if you're against physical armor lineups.
Yes.
But leaving it casual if you don't have any like natural heal within your draft, because of course you don't really have the upkeep to have the armor active and be damaging and killing heroes. And also for example, like the Ring of Health play, I prefer that if there's not physical damage, because you can potentially go, you know, refresher, you know, 35 minutes later. But again, you know what Dota players are like, right? If they think there's an efficiency to be had, they'll buy it and then they'll try and find a way to kind of get it into the build. So right now the meta is you buy a helm or you buy a ring on offlane, you have the regen, then you buy your, you know, your phase boots or your blink or whatever, and then you play Dota. So next patch, when it gets a bit nerfed, then we'll be seeing, you know, actual items back in the inventory, not just one big regen item.
You're welcome.
Continues to be a complete trade down here. I mean, both supports know it, kind of leaving their course to their own business. Top lane, Nico Baby recovering nicely. You know, it was a bit of a slow start for him up there, but now, you know, 27 for 4 against the 26 and 11. You know, the way that this lane has started to play out, Line's going to be fine with bottom lane. Thug in trouble here as they'll catch him out. Not a lot he can do on his own as Aramis comes back to the lane, offers that extra backup for Leslau. And Thug is on his own. No support backup around to help him turn that around.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? When Disruptor tries to make that move where he wants to get that ward off, it does open up for the pressure and they instantly capitalize on that. Same thing's happening top right, but you see kind of Lifestealer being like the better carry in the scenario, because where support moves to play on pull, Lifestealer will never be dying here unless there is some like rogue cookie onto a half HP Lifestealer, then potentially. But yeah, very much Alliance punishing a little bit, and that's what they need to do, because in this type of game, Supreme, he wants to have free choice on the move. If both side lanes are going poorly, it's so hard for the cop to feel good because you're going to have to rotate to one of them, and it's kind of like a scripted move, right? But when you're winning one lane, it gives Supreme the ability to farm up, not have to over-rotate, utilize the small camp, get fat, you know, 3.2k gold right now.
Yeah, he's very, very strong. I mean, the side lanes already is top lane, sure they're trading farm, but CoolGuys have got to be careful how close they get to towers, because Supreme, with that Sonic Wave, more than ready to turn up and turn any sort of move that CoolGuys try and make around.
And that's why you see Funnick just kind of parking the bus here.
Yeah, he's careful.
So looking pretty slick there, Chief. But yeah, he doesn't really want to do anything too crazy because he knows about the cop. And again, the lanes are pushing in. This whole single pool meta of just getting a little bit of XP just unlocks the offlane to have pretty free time.
Back in the mid, Noob. Just gonna have to back off. Can't risk sitting around low while Supreme primed and ready. The Sonic Wave.
Noob's heat map must actually look pretty sad, because it's just going to be a straight line
up
from
and down,
base to mid, yeah. Rough one, but again, he is a Pangolier against a Queen of Pain.
Yeah, he's playing it, and he's not feeding. You know, he's not dying in this lane. He's playing it smart. And
there it is. Look at that trickle down back to base. But again, the key thing here, he's walking back to base because he knows that if Cop rotates, he can mirror that rotation with a TP, with Rolling Thunder, and actually, you know, make that counterplay. But it's a pretty good way of playing a lane that you are somewhat losing, because TPs are very valuable here. Like if he TP'd to mid, Quap saw that. Quap 100% is running out of side lane, getting even more kills, making the game feel a little bit more uncomfortable. So Noob is like indirectly keeping Quap mid just from walking back and forth.
Now it's time to make the move here from Alliance.
Yeah,
Supreme.
Grabbing out the stacks, making sure there's no, you know, fallback plan for this this Kunkka. And then they will be wrapping around in the hope to kill off.
Yeah, this should be some action top, surely. They're on a funny. They'll get cooking to the side. They'll start diving in. Supreme holding on to the Sonic Wave for now. Now he lets it out. Funnick burst low. They get the kill. TP comes in for DNZ. Won't be able to do anything about controlling the cores. Might be able to set up onto Handscan as Oma stepping over. If they got any further lockdown, that doesn't look like it. Supreme even jumping in as well to force CoolGuys away from chasing onwards for this one. So there we have it. Supreme finds the big hit top, comes in, they take out the Razor, they get out with no damage done to themselves.
Yeah, a really nice start to the game, and that's like the reason, you know, when we start like, oh, Lifestealer, yada yada yada, but if you go even in lane, because you have this Bane to Nightmare to prevent the dominance of Razor, and then you bring Quap in, right? Like, look at the net worth. Like, this isn't a Razor that's going to be able to comfortably run at a Lifestealer right now, and that small window of advantage will give Alliance the confidence to pick a Razor like this and to play into it. That's Supreme. He's just not going to bother going back to mid anymore. He's just going to keep poking and being annoying.
Just going to be a little careful with the rotation from Noob and Handscan. I mean, Noob wants to hold on to the Rolling Thunder, doesn't want to commit with it straight away. He won't need to. They get a hand scan, and Nico Baby leaves the area. He's not interested in staying up here any further.
Supreme, he killed off the courier there, but he probably just revealed the ward. Because a really nice play from Alliance there was they smoked in, but before going for the kill, they scouted for stats. An aggressive ward, they then repositioned to then kill the Razor top, right? So it's like the mannerism of the smoke enabled 3 or 4 different little mini plays to develop, rather than just going smoke into kill. And it's the efficiency of smokes that really unlocks the game, right? Like that deep dire ward now on the Radiant side, top side of the map, like this is going to unlock Supreme from playing that aggressive style of Dota that he needs to do, you know? Like you see 3 top, no one farming Ancients, run at bottom, give it a go. And we haven't even mentioned the Mars yet. He's just been free farming. 4.8k gold, living his best life. Pushed away the Kunkka after that first 4 or 5 minutes ago, and he did just go straight for the armlet. Like when the game's this free,
yeah, he's loving it.
Why not read it up?
Yeah, he's loving it. Leslie. I'll take the tower trade here.
Radiant's bottom
tower. Overall Alliance, they are the ones with the advantage. 2k gold up. 10 minutes in, not a lot of kills going on, but Alliance, they're very happy with that. It means that Nico Baby's farming away to his heart's content. Going for the armlet, of course, after the phase. Standard stuff here from the Lifestealer. And definitely feels like the pressure on CoolGuys to make some moves around Noob, or at least counter any sort of moves that Supreme tries to lead for Alliance. Pretty deep.
Very deep. Very dead as well.
I don't think there's much that can happen here to save him. The grip's out, and he's gone. As it's going to happen when he farms that close to the tier 2 tower. DNZ also getting caught out by the root from Aramis, as not the place to be.
And then Mars got a free TP back to mid lane through the glimpse to go farm a whole creep wave.
Lesnar's like, cheers.
Cheers, cheese.
Don't mind if I do. Back to the creeps.
Yeah, tasty.
He's continuing to farm it up very nicely and get his way on towards the blink. Still yet to, of course, see Thug sort of turn up for the fights. He has his armlet done. I mean, obviously, those sort of fights he's never going to get to, as his teammates going a little deep into enemy territory up by the tier 2, just 11 minutes in. And we'll see how sort of the things change when the fights are closer to CoolGuys' side of the map.
Yeah, that's kind of what CoolGuys need right now. Like, you see Panglia rushing the Blink Dagger. They need to like offer up that bait where Alliance seek that free aggression and then punish before, because like Quap, she's rushing BKB.
Yeah.
You know, Mars already has an armlet. That's pretty hard to kill. And then Lifestealer has Rage. It's a pretty hard kill again, right? So the only way Alliance will like slip up in this early game is if they start throwing themselves at these towers. Like, you see how they're playing? It's Lifestealer's farming a slow armlet, like he's chilling right now.
Yeah.
Maybe CoolGuys, if they get the jump, can do it, but Alliance is playing pretty split here, so potentially this could be a free kill.
So if they can get Leslie. Moves in. He's got the opening. Good angle as well. They're just set up with a couple of bounces. Static Storm's down. This will be a free kill here for CoolGuys.
Sneakily taking that away. Yoink, that's mine. Support kill. Just a tough amount of each from
a great conductor.
Yeah, you see Hamsking just playing tough, right? He's hugging the trees. If for some reason someone really oversteps, maybe he can get a Nightmare into a play. You know, like, look at Supreme. TPing straight away to the outpost, right? Like, Alliance is just trying to play kind of in this buddy system. Like, Mars was a bit aggressive, but before that, Lifestealer was playing bot. Like, if Lifestealer's there, he shouldn't be dying in that situation. So, yeah, Alliance just kind of really greeting the map, and that's why they have a little bit of a lead right now.
Yeah.
Thug, he's farming up. He's having a free time. He's been uncontested so far, other than that one death in laning phase. The question is, how will he really enter the game?
I mean, the BKB, of course, is going to be very, very strong. You know, you look at what Alliance is going to be able to do through it. Not a lot until Nico Baby's got his items. I mean, Nico Baby, with the speed that he is farming, he's going to have the Death Slater probably at quite a good timing after the armlet. So, I mean, with the armlet and the Death, so if they're able to stop the Kunkka getting his boat out, Nico Baby will he's going to hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, this is... I think that's the thing with Lifestealer in general, right? Like, the hero, it feels so hard to play until you then have, you know, Armlet Desert. Once you hit those items,
yeah, you're
then
a beast.
You're a beast. You can chunk through heroes, right? But it's having enough map to play. But yeah, Alliance have been playing the map really well. Like, this aggressive ward we mentioned earlier from that smoke, it stayed up the entire time. Like, it's about to die now, perfectly timed. But like, oh, poor Willow. Oh yeah. No.
Last couple of kisses will do it. Same time with the bottom lane, but Gets gone upon. DNZ does buy time though with the Static Storm setup. They've got the drag back onto Supreme. Both comes crashing down. They've got the damage to take him out.
Okay.
They may have lost their offlaner, but they take down Supreme from the mid. And now with the swashbuckle over to Leslau. Leslau going for the TP out. Oh, he misses it. They lost the mark there. Thinks that he's gone a little bit deep around that tree's trunk or whatever it is to TP out, but he's actually south of it, so won't catch him. And Leslau gets out alive.
I wish I could have. Oh, the fog. Oh, well, he's just behind that tree, right? There's, yeah, wow.
We'll see it again. If he did get the angle correct, he definitely would have hit before the TP was off.
He was out of vision. He was out of vision. That was beautiful. No, he wouldn't.
But if he was going straight towards him, would it have hit him before the TP was off?
Yeah, I think
he would have.
Yeah, I think the
it was very
close. But that cheeky little bit of behind the tree.
Yeah, nice side spot there from Leslau.
Oh, mate.
Dire's middle tower.
And he's been spotted. What they can do here, anything to help out. Aramis has got a fear at the ready. Phonic chases, they get the glimpse back into the X mark. Very hard to run away from these two. Doug and DNC with all the drag back
Radiant's top tower
to contain and kill off Handscan.
That is a classic combination, of course, Disruptor and Kunkka. Anyone stays into the wrong position, then they will always be X back or glimpse back. You have to make sure that you play with kind of decisiveness.
Oh, the combo's off. And a cookie. Get Noob out.
Love that interaction as well. You can just always cookie out. The thing is, in that kind of matchup is, if you get speared to the arena, you of course face the target the spear came from, so you can't cookie out. But if you can cookie before the spear connects on you, you can quickly hop out, jump away. So Snapfire, pretty good counter to Mars if you're able to react quick enough.
Supreme trying to farm this wave.
He doesn't have BKB either. He's so close.
He's incredibly dead. Everything thrown down to Supreme is going to do the job. They'll be able to take the tier 1 tower.
Dire's structures.
And you're just completely not expecting that jump at all. Supreme as he tries to hit the creeps and stand strong on his own. CoolGuys, they don't let him get away with that at all, and it will postpone the BKB for a little longer.
Yeah, and that's the type of pickoff you need, because even though CoolGuys feel like they're not able to muster much in this game right now, when they get BKB Kunkka, when they get BKB Razor, their fights are, I don't say simple, but like they can actually smoke up and make a play.
They're very strong with these BKBs, yeah, no doubt about it.
It's like, it's one of those things where if Pango starts to fight and unlocks Kunkka, and then you get the Razor actually static linking the lifestealer, that's when the fight looks pretty good for them, right? So in the next 5 minutes, Alliance need to be careful they don't overplay their hand, because there is going to be a timing coming from CoolGuys. You know, smoking up on the Kunkka, Leslau.
I know Leslau's around. The smoke's come off, but Leslau.
They have a scan if they want. Oof.
He's away. TP, of course, over towards the tier 2, so he's ready to get back in it with the rest of Alliance as they group up on the high ground.
They are playing on their Envision. Alliance have a ward just to the left of this.
They're going to get the jump. Spear into the fear. It's going to be a good amount of lockdown onto the Kunkka, but Noob is trying to come in to help out. Doesn't quite get the initial connection though. BKB's off. Sonic Wave will burst through that BKB of Thug to take him down. Handscan with the grip at the ready. Locks down Noob as well.
That is like baiting it. Oh, and they're going to clean up DNZ as well. Deserve that engagement. Like playing against Bane as Pangolier, it's already pretty rough, right? But then you have Lifestealer who, you know, through his own BKB can walk into the Rolling Thunder and actually right-click. Pangolier has to be so careful with how he takes these fights. And
this is big as well. Straight into the rush. Yeah. Still got a few seconds left on the DD from Supreme, so that's going to help speed up. Dessa, of course, done on Nico, baby. They won't have any struggle getting this one unless we see some sort of YOLO play. I mean, Omar's going to start it off the kisses. Handscan probably going to go down here. I mean, see if they can get the kill with the kisses on the Roche. And they won't. It will be all Alliances as Alliance get the kill. Aegis onto Nico, baby. But he tried to chase him down, but the Yules will hold him back. They're able to get Nico, baby, out there with the Aegis safely.
DNZ tried to Tumbler's toy into ward to try and get a glimpse off, but he got connected by the root. So no, from Alliance, that is just punishing the overplay of CoolGuys. They thought the Kunkka was a little bit tankier in top lane. Perfect spear initiation from Leslau, which leads it to Roshan. And now Alliance feeling pretty comfortable. I think Pangolier, he needs to look towards maybe like a Linken's, because right now, if he rolls up,
he's squishing.
It's grip into a Lifestealer right click. Yeah. Fight is pretty much over for him. But Linken's will help a lot with that. You see, CoolGuys, they're still playing with the confidence right now, because I think they have identified the fact that when Razor gets BKB in like 200 gold, they still can take the fight. Like, Alliance doesn't have this insane damage. It's like Arena, Fear, Quapult. Outside of that, it's like right-clicking, slowly trying to walk you down, right? So
sure. So you think if CoolGuys sort of had the tools to draw out the fight, long drawn-out fights should favor CoolGuys heroes?
No, exactly that. You know, like if you can isolate the Quap after BKB, if you survive through the arena, that big control, maybe they can do it. But again, it's one of those. It needs to be in their own vision with that perfect kind of prolonging of the fight, the initiation of maybe the Rolling Thunder, catch a couple of supports off guard with Disruptor. But yeah, this is very complicated. Of 5 minutes now for CoolGuys running into an Aegis. Because Nika Baby, the thing with Lifestealer is without Aegis, you're kind of scared to go to objectives because that static storm, you can't rage, you're gonna die, right? But now with the Aegis, you're just gonna 3D A-click down lanes, and then you can wait for your Mars and Willow to really turn around the fight. Really change the script of the game.
Alliance, they don't find any action with the smoke, but they might find the tier 2. Seeming like CoolGuys, they don't want to take the fight head on whilst the Aegis is in Nico Baby's hands. They'll just look for trades elsewhere, but they might not quite get the trade. The fortification comes out, and they're definitely still playing on the defensive here, CoolGuys. Prepared if Alliance do swing back for some action.
Yeah, look at Nico Baby, like he doesn't really care, right?
To start the fight attempts off onto Nico Baby. I mean, the rest of Alliance have spread pretty far from him, but the rage and the TP is there. They're not able to lock him down completely as Nico Baby gets back to the safety of his base.
The thing is, though, people probably will be laughing at like, haha, nice start. Like, even if they hit the Rolling Thunder and didn't bounce him out, like, I don't think they have the damage to kill him there. Yes. And that just kind of puts even more confidence to Alliance now. It's like, guys, just run at them. They wasted 2 big spells. Go hit mid tier 1.
Yeah. And if they do kill him the once before he gets the rage off, then he respawns, then he can rage.
Go hit mid tier 1.
Middle tower is under attack.
So yeah, indeed, they're still getting the work done here. Alliance as CoolGuys not quite able to break them up. Alliance getting some good map control achieved here with this Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
DNZ trying to go for the most optimistic build on Disruptor. I think everyone has done it at least once in their life. The mana boost is straight Aghanims. He can be a game winner. But it does mean you lack 4 stars and glimmers for the kind of the crucial part of the game. Will this pay off?
Alliance doing a good job to not let this lead slip away here. CoolGuys still trying to scramble to make some sort of move. Let's down in with the jump. Kuoma. See some TPs coming over as Alliance are ready to bring in the full force to try and turn this into even more. Supreme, they'll get the setup onto DNZ with a slow. It gets flips back, but a quick dodge rebuke from Leslau. Absolutely destroys DNZ.
Yeah, that's the value of the armlet there, right? Like, you just turn it on, you hit that rebuke, you turn it off. Positioning is so key right now, and Alliance is playing with the confidence that they, if they get jumped, I just think CoolGuys have that explosive damage right now. It's all, again, like we said earlier, it's about that kind of drawn-out fight. Conquer, snap, they all need a little bit longer. Nika Baby still with the Aegis for 30 seconds. Chunks away a little bit more at this tier 2.
Yeah, they're getting a lot done with it. They pretty much all got like the tier 2 bottom, and tier 1, and now nearly the tier 2 mid. Alliance pushing the advantage very nicely here so far. 23 minutes in 4K lead and taking over CoolGuys' side of the map. CoolGuys, they're not having any of it though. They're coming out with the smoke, trying to hit whilst this Aegis might just come to an end.
Defensive roll, just switch on there, I'm guessing that.
Ken. Now they've got the glimpse back. They'll get the Bane, and they won't get anything else. The rest of Alliance safely out.
Yeah, CoolGuys playing with confidence there, just because you see top and bot lane. You're pushing out top and Mars showing on the bot wave. So CoolGuys are able to, you know, get a freebie. But during that freebie of Hanskin dying, that poor little old Bane, Mars just completed BKB, and Quap's about to complete Sanj and Kaya. So very much Alliance are just bulking up right now. They understand that if they don't kill within that window of time where they have the big spells, they need to still be able to, you know, muscle up into a potential.
Look at this from the high ground.
That's up to it. Oh, he's back in.
And they're going to keep him with that static storm.
He's back out now.
And he's able to get the rage off now. And he's ready to fight back. Jumps into Leslau, Noob. looking to roll away. Supreme tries to chase, but gets caught by the Rolling Thunder. They're not able to fully and cleanly combo down Nico Baby, so they have to bail out of there, and they do manage to do that.
And then, of course, Infest, go. You know, they use the big spells, but get City here. It's so awkward, right? The Static Storm, and he's bounced out. He's bounced back in. He's bounced back out. And then he gets to pop off. Oh. Yeah, the Pango Disruptor combo actually is pretty inconvenient.
It's a little tricky. I guess in that situation, like, Static Storm was coming to an end, so
yeah,
probably would have been able to rage anyway.
Just got to be careful,
but
right?
it's definitely showing the difficulties to being able to execute this life stealer. I think we're definitely seeing with the way that Alliance has been able to carefully play this, and Nico Baby with his build with the Lincoln Sphere, they fully had a plan for this game, and the life stealer, it's looking pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, it's looking clean. It's just the fact that the rest of Alliance has done such a good job setting up the game that Funnick is so scared to actually connect in on this life stealer. And outside of Aegis, when did you see Nico Baby walk in front of the fight first, right? Like, he's not offering himself up for the link. He's waiting, he's buying his time, he's allowing his team to set up the engagement. So by the time life stealer connects, Funnick's like, guys, I've held my static link for like 20 seconds here. Can I just use it on anyone? Do I have to hold it? And that's how you can play into matchups that aren't always on paper going to be that good. But now you see CoolGuys kind of going for the plan, you know, C of a Dota game, which is skip waves, guys. Let's not run at them head on head. Let's try and get at least another item on everyone. Maybe they find a pick off, but very much they won't be looking to, I think, smoke up again, just because how difficult it was to kill that life stealer. And it's not one of those games where you're opening up the map with like a Terrorblade type hero, right?
Aramis wants to set something up, but he immediately gets set up apart. The Static Storm comes out. Lenslau commits with the BKB in the arena, but he's a little hesitant on how he goes for Omar. Omar able to get out with the cookie. I mean, they're going to be able to get the bounce back with the Rolling Thunder straight into the boat combo. Though the kiss is coming out as well. That definitely was a bit of an awkward move there from Alliance. Lenslau choosing to try and get a fight going. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, though, Funnick has been isolated. They're trying to come in with the backup, but the grip and the damage of Nico Baby is enough to take him down. They're trying to chase on CoolGuys. Supreme jumps down to low ground, pushing back Omar with the Sonic Wave. They burst through DNZ. Now don't fight this. He needs help, but he's going to get it. DNZ comes in with a buyback. Noob kind of stuck on the cliff for now. The BKB soon comes to an end of third, but he turns, gets the torrent control up onto Nico Baby. Rage is back and ready. But Alliance, they won't force up to the high ground. They'll now back off. 2 buybacks coming out of CoolGuys. And Alliance, well, I said that back off. Nico Baby wants to get back in. DNZ steps up to the high ground. That's a dieback from DNZ. And Alliance, they're not done yet. They've got their eyes on Noob. He's into the tree line. Oh, fuck. Nico Baby looking to still charge him for more targets. The Nightmare set up onto Omar, who of course also brought back. He has got the Invis to hide with an Alliance. No detection ready to throw down onto the high ground. Noob behind Alliance still has to be very careful here if he gets found. They do know he's around in the trees. Got his Rolling Thunder at the ready, and Funnick. I mean, Funnick's just starting off the fight here. He's just charging straight at them. And Alliance, they know there's something up. Now, Funnick's only going to come at them like that if he's got backup. Alliance, they're still postured very aggressively here. They're ready to fight CoolGuys outside of the base. Jumping with the dagger onto Omar. Waiting back now for his BKB to come back off cooldown. Alliance do some heavy damage, get that lead up, forcing those buybacks out. A dieback in the case of DNZ. And now up 9k. DD Rune at the ready for the next move. Roshan is back up and available if they want to take it.
Yeah, I think Alliance is just going to walk straight into this pit. And that all started because, you know, CoolGuys playing bot lane. They're able to find this pick off. They punish Lenslau TPing down there. And Nico Baby had no TP at all in this entire time. That's why we saw Funnick try and go aggressive on them. That's why we saw everyone buy back in top lane. Because this was a Nico Baby by himself. But it's a Nico Baby with a Lincolns, with a Bane behind him. Like, again, it's so hard. And when you use your big spells bot lane, you can't then suddenly kill Lifestealer. And a little bit late to this Roshan contest as well.
He's going to try, but indeed, that time has already passed. Nico Baby will pick up the Aegis. Funnick's in with the BKB and the Static Link onto Lenslau. Lenslau turns to the arena of the Spear, won't quite hit it. Lenslau goes down, but can he get out of this? He cannot. Supreme jumps in to finish him off. Inside the pit, though. Got the torrent out onto Hanska. The Sonic Wave pushing back Thug, and Noob pushes Thug back outside of the pit. He'll go for a TP out, but they'll jump forward with the burst. first to clean him up before he can escape. Double kill for Supreme. Maybe more if they can get DSD as well. They can. They've got the damage. Nico Baby's in. 4 dead around the pit. And no tap out after that one. A failed Roshan fight there from CoolGuys leaves them with no chance of getting back into this game against Alliance. GG is called. Alliance, they came in and they take this one cleanly. The Razor pick at the end of it all, it was perfectly planned for. They knew what to do with it. Nico Baby looking to be in his element. As we already started, we got signs of that right from the laning stage when it was like, all right, you know what, Nico Baby is laning against this Razor with the Bane back up. He's getting the farm. He's going to have a good game, and he did because of how much his team was able to do around the map.
Alliance's turn to ban. Alliance's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Alliance's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Game 2 between Alliance and CoolGuys coming your way. It's Dream League Season 16. We're powered by Intel, and Alliance is 1 game up in the series. And for this Game 2, the tables have turned. We got Alliance on the Radiant side this time around, and they get first pick as well. Well, CoolGuys get second pick, and Dire, more importantly, CoolGuys get overall the last pick, means they can set themselves up for success, maybe a little bit more in this second game where we are in the draft off. I'm joined by Purge and Effie, and curious to see the adaptation of both squads. We do have the Mars once again picked on the team that is Dire, but this time the Dire team is CoolGuys. So we got Phonic for that one, most likely. And they go for the IO as well. Snapfire this time on the side of Alliance.
And this time they take Snapfire, right? This hero is good for the same reasons that we said it's good. The only different thing we can talk about right now is the IO.
Yeah, the IO is in because Alliance banned it out first game. They let it in this time around. Compared to previous, we have a Shadow Demon still in the pool that was banned previously, and that's it. We now have an OD ban as well.
OD ban a little interesting, but could mean they plan to do something aggressive. Banish is great for saves and setups, and SF definitely can be punished. OD offlane has been getting a little bit more popular too. I could see SF struggling against that lane.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about this SF, and I would never have expected SF to become such a popular hero so quickly in this DPC, because most of the times when this hero is picked, people lose faith in the draft that has it, but all of a sudden, Team Tickles play it on the safe lane, and they go for this weird no-raise build that actually used to be done like 6 years ago in pubs, and it was a lot of fun, but you would get flamed for it, but sometimes you would win.
I was going to say 10 years maybe. Like this build has existed in all of Dota 2 for bad players, right? Because they're like, I can't raise, so I might as well skill the other things.
So I remember playing it 6 years ago in my pubs, but they bring it back, and all of a sudden it looks really good. If you pair it up with minus armor as well, it looks super good. And of course, it's still a Shadow Fiend, so it doesn't have to be a safe lane. You can still put it mid when you need to, and that suddenly makes it look like a nice hero, especially in the first phase if you have it with something like a Snapfire. My only concern for SF is that he does need very, very, very strong supports to make sure that if he does get ganked on mid, they can counter gank. And if he's going to be placed on the safe lane, he needs a 5 hero that can essentially win the lane by itself. So,
yeah, and protect him, because he can't protect himself unless he can kill them first. So it's a bit of a weakness, but it's good on Radiant though, because Roche control will be good, and they have lots of minus armor, so that part's solid.
But as far as heroes go that can run him down, yes, he is definitely in danger of an Arena Spear and an IO, but IO isn't the type of hero to run him down in the early game. Like, he can tether to a strong target and play the lane very well, or if, assuming it's mid, then the fear is when he gets reload. So far it's looking like a very fine SF game. Yeah,
that's a good point about it. Like, by IO being there, he already knows his lane matchup, and even though he doesn't have his like support pairing necessarily, I mean, Snapfire could go there, but typically Snap is a 4. But because he sees the lane, as he knows he's going to be relatively covered, so kind of a cool point.
And CoolGuys ban out Tidehunter and Beastmaster, which makes sense. There's offlaners that can start the fight for something like an SF, and also a stun or a team fight kind of stun that you can play some Mortimer's Kisses on top of, which is what you really need to make the best use out of your Snapfire.
Okay, so they're going to go for a Nyx here, which is a great initiation. Okay laning, not the best damage, but the disable setup part is good. They could be flexible on where they put the IO or the Nyx as well. Nyx plus Mars would be quite good at killing Shadow Fiend. It's like so much stun that the amount of right clicks they'll have on him is huge.
And outside of
5 seconds
Nyx's
remaining.
laning strengths, the thing that Nyx excels best at, obviously, is setting up for kills, right? He vendettas and he walks around the jungle, he scouts for heroes. And when you have something like Nyx who's providing vision for you and looking for key targets, this Aya relocate
Alliance's
suddenly
turn
becomes
to
very
pick.
scary. Because all it takes is
Dire team pick.
one carry farming by
Legion
himself
Commander.
on top of an Aya relocate with the Mars and they're dead. But because of this Nyx, I would actually like to see a very, very active or mobile mid-hero coming out of CoolGuys, just to make the most use out of it. And Lena fits the bill quite nicely because Lena plays on the BO2s and the BKB timing, and she's very fast, can get around quickly, can TP to the side lanes, has a very strong lane if SF is put mid, has a strong lane regardless of who you choose to put mid.
And she's paired with lots of setup
10
already with Nyx and Mars, so she can easily backline a little bit or follow up on those disables and go for kills.
5 seconds
With that said, I
remaining.
really like the tree and the Legion
Dire
that
team
Alliance
battle.
went with. Tree's going to stabilize SF's lane very, very well. He's going to be able to give armor, leech, heal to help
Alliance's
keep
turn to
SF
battle.
alive in those fights. And then while they're buying time for SF to get BKB or whatever items he wants, Dragonlance BKB, Drink can like offset the lane push. Because right now, like Nyx and Io don't push very well. Mars is okay at it, but like the tower should be semi-survivable. So they can definitely elongate things. And then Snapfire plus Legion is also pretty threatening too
10 seconds
in terms of kill
remaining.
potential. It helps make up for some of their lack of disable. Dual plus Snapfire ulti is
5
good.
seconds
So
remaining.
I like what they're going. Oh, no, Tree ulti plus Snapfire ulti is also really cool. So they have a lot of good ways to like make Snapfire better, make Alliance's lane well. Like I think both drafts, they make a lot of sense right now.
Also, just the combination of Snap and Elsie on lane is really good because Elsie's weaknesses are she's an incredibly strong laner. Her stats are incredible. She can zone carries away, but she doesn't have a disable or a slow and until she has duel, obviously. And that's where Snap comes in and just elevates the hero in the laning. Also, Lelis plays an excellent Elsie. It's one of the 3
Dire
heroes that they
team
always
back.
try to seek out for him. And the nice thing about the way this iteration of Alliance has been playing is that it doesn't feel like there isn't enough
Alliance's turn
farm on
to
the map
pick.
for a greedy offlaner like Lelis and Nico Baby. It seems like Lelis conjures his farm out of nowhere if he wins his lane. He doesn't need to take any of the safe farm from Nico.
Still got some carry bans on the side of CoolGuys. They're leaning towards Supreme, taking the Shadow Fiend, and Nico Baby still
10
having his hero to be picked up.
remaining.
But regardless, CoolGuys is going to have the luxury of last picking
5 seconds
whatever comes their
remaining.
way because Alliance is turn. By the way, CoolGuys has not used a single second in their bonus time. Is that like a good thing or a bad thing at this
Dire
point? I feel
team
like gotta think more about things.
I think they just have ideas. I'm surprised that they thought that the SF would be mid, to be honest, just because of just how it kind of looks like with this train protector. It's going to be a safe laner, but maybe they just wanted to secure Noob's lane no matter what, because no matter how you look at it, Noob is
10
their star player. He's their
seconds
top 50 leaderboard hub star who,
5
if you can get him a
seconds
good lane, you
remaining.
put your hopes on him setting the pace.
It's like one of the good things about their 4 heroes being like well-rounded is that it's less obvious like, oh, they really need X thing. It's like they probably looked at it and they're like, man, if we have to worry about a Wraith King reincarnation or a Chronosphere, like we're definitely losing team fights between like Nyx and Io as our support duo. So maybe something they were more worried about rather than it being a prediction.
So to talk about this Invoker a little bit, Lux Invoker is something that is enabled by strong side lanes. And because you have this Train Protector on a side lane, there's always going to be kill potential for a rotation there. And because you have the Snap and Elsie on the offlane, there's going to be kill potential there. So I expect an early Invoker rotation to this top lane once he gets his urn, that just taking down that tower early and just wreaking havoc across the map. It can be really good. His concern, though, is he's playing against Nyx, which is not the easiest thing. If he gets caught out, he will die. And they did pick the Queen of Pain to play against this Invoker on lane.
A thug
Be safe
Queen of
lane.
Pain.
Lane. Like,
Okay.
this is interesting.
So Safe Lane Quap versus Legion. It's not exactly great because Legion can just banish off Dagger. So not the biggest fan of this.
Wait, let's talk about it a little bit, because you can just play on Scream of Pain, actually, and just use it to flash farm instead of playing on Dagger, right? That's an idea.
I mean, she's going to have semi-low armor. If she ever gets cookied, she's going to lose like 3/4 of her health. She's not going to be able to win the lane because Legion's going to out-regen it, more or less, right? And she's not going to have bottle access, so her mana regen.
Also, she gets Overgrowth by Train Protector.
Yeah, if she gets dueled, she dies. If she gets Overgrowth, if she gets Cold Snap, she's probably in a lot of trouble. I mean, maybe they're going to do something cool with tempo here because they didn't pick traditional hard carries either time, but it looks a little goofy to me.
Maybe they are giving Thug Queen of Pain, putting him mid and letting I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening. It doesn't
That
make
could be
sense.
it. Yeah.
Because Noob is normally the one playing Lina, so perhaps they will put him safe lane with his...
I don't even like the idea of safe lane Lina that much. They're trying something new here.
Yeah,
and
they're trying something new.
hats off to them for that. But overall, I really like Alliance's draft. Invoker might have a little bit of difficulties if he gets caught up by Nyx, but then again, not really, right? He's got Tree, he's got Snap behind him, he's got his team who've shown us last game that they can kite around problematic heroes. So.
Any final words, Purge?
Alliance has got this one.
Alliance has got this one. Well, to be fair, it's definitely an unusual draft from CoolGuys, but they have something in mind with them. We saw that by them just not taking any time to think about their draft. They knew exactly what they wanted, no bonus time required. And we're going to see how that idea plays out with the Queen of Pain on Thug and possibly, most likely safe lane. We're going to see it together with our commentary team. It's only Pixel and Tigo.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, indeed. We're going to find out if this is going to work out for CoolGuys. What do you make out of this decision to put Thug on the quap here in this game?
I'm just excited to see it. You know, I'm a little bit speechless there because it's like a team that's not doing so well in DPC. Normally, you'd expect them to move more towards like, okay, let's get a carry that will scale better. Let's play more for the fact that we might lose a bit of early game, but we'll have that win condition factor. You know, lean on like Terrorblade, Medusa style heroes. But then I think this is the first time that I've seen a team pivot in such a aggressive style, and I can kind of see why they're doing it. Because, okay, sure, Quap Dagger into Legion doesn't sound too good, but Queen of Pain and Lina are like the queens of early aggression, right? They play their early game, they get like one item, and they're playing in the face of their enemy. And Shadow Fiend carry, this isn't like a surprising, you know, revelation happening in this game. We've seen it a lot of times already. And it is a hero that takes a little bit more time, right? If you punish it in lane, you need to go like Mask of Madness, then a BKB, then a damage item. So I can see how CoolGuys want to punish a greedier style of carry, but again, it's like high risk, high reward. This is the type of game where they can pop off and have, 25 kills in the next, 20 minutes type of thing, or they could be out of it when Shadow Fiend's over farm. So it is an exciting game, backs against the walls, bring something new to the table.
And of course, two heroes that they are very experienced on. We're seeing a team with two master tier players on heroes, Thug and Noob, playing on pretty much their best heroes this game. Omar, this is going to be first blood. Alliance. Now let it go to Supreme, of course, so he can go to the mid lane with that bit of a cash boost.
Indeed, I am.
Honestly, I thought Nika Baby was going to yoink that,
I think he was tempted.
Honestly, if you have the team comms right now, it's like, yo, Supreme, hit it one more time. I want this. I need this kill. It secures me my game. And Supreme's like, no mind, boom. Bless him. But, okay, not the best start to a team that needs to be aggressive. Matchup-wise, though, Noob against Supreme in the mid lane. I think mentioned this already before, but Noob does need a little bit more, I think, impact in the game. When you think about this player in the last season of DPC, he was the kind of the fresh new mid lane entering the European scene, super active, styling on lane, being able to kind of unlock the first 15 minutes, and we have yet to really see him be able to do that. And Lina is one of his best heroes, so hopefully, for CoolGuys' sake, that this is going to be some bots BKB, hyper aggressive Lina, connecting with a Quap, potentially rushing an Orchid as well, and then just playing on the fact that they have such easy, cheap stuff in the form of Nyx and Mars.
Oh my goodness.
That is not a happy Thug. That's a dead Thug.
That hurts. That ain't gonna feel good. Tips getting thrown out towards Thug as well.
Ooh.
Dying there in the safe lane as they punish him at level 1 whilst he's only got the scream.
I mean, Purge did say this, like this Quap walking to lane with 4 armor. You think about the Lil Shredder, 5 armor, and then the Blightstone, that's 2. You're in the minus numbers for armor, and that is a very, very dead hero if you don't have the blink available. But with that def alone, I think this is now just going to be a free farm Legion. I don't think you come back into this lane with confidence after how quickly you die there.
I've just got to be very cautious. Yeah, he's got the level 2 now, at least those, so.
You can survive, but...
Yeah, it could be, they could burst him pretty low before he's able to get the blink off.
And imagine if he gets cookied as well, like cookie into overwhelming, plus a little shred at that. We gotta watch out. This top lane, Thug can 100 to be zeroed in like any second. I'm sorry for you observing this game. It's actually gonna be pretty inconvenient.
He's very squishy.
We might just need to have the bottom camera pop up for, just Thug cam.
Yeah, you're seeing there just getting completely ran out of the lane. That was probably with the cookie missing, as well as Aramis to send it over to a dying creep, I think.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things where, like, in draft, you're expecting this corp to have a little bit more impact in the lane because, like, traditionally, melee 5 plus any ranged core naturally should do pretty well, but the innate tankiness is just really kind of existing in this top lane. Like, Legion Snapfire, it's a lot of meat you need to get through before they're even in kill threat.
And do you like this game? Now, we've seen some of these safe lane SFs, no raises. Nico Baby is going to go into the raises with this build.
Honestly, I enjoy variation of things, you know? And Nico Baby, he likes to hit a creep or two. And I'm so happy that he didn't just go for right click, right? Because against Mars, that value point and bulwark, it's not going to be that effective. You get raises instead. You at least get to get some early CS. You go to jungle. If the lane is bad, you now have your farming mechanism. Like, I'm happy that he didn't just default to what everyone else has been doing. And it just gives you a little bit more kill threat. Because Tree, level 3, like this here, 1 point grass, 2 point leech seed. The amount of heal leech seed gives you, it really means that you can just truly fight. So yeah, good stuff. And this is just Alliance just really kind of punishing in the laning phase right now. And we mentioned at the start of this cast, it's the Lena. The fact that Noob, he will be kind of the recovery point, I think, for his team, because when he starts rotating, that's where Alliance will be a little bit under pressure, because they don't have the best heroes to suddenly, you know...
Whoa!
Oh, God!
Oh, my goodness!
Just going on a short story about Noob,
didn't even get the chance to press Spike Carapace.
Maybe he needs it on autocast. Maybe that's a thing for the future.
He's got to be quicker on it. I mean, probably if he even got it off, he probably would have still died. It's so much damage.
Just because he can't autocast Carapace, that was a meme. So yeah, Noob, not poking away. But yeah, the start of this laning phase is absolutely sublime. I mean, Legion Snapfire, not the most classical combos, but I mean, Snapfire, okay, let's be real. Snapfire just unlocks pretty much any off lane at this point. Look how much damage he's doing by himself.
Thug. He has to blink out of that. As soon as the little shredder hits come out onto him, there's no chance for him to stand close to the Legion.
Don't get cross with me.
So it's far too much for Thug up in this top lane. He's getting some farm, but of course not close to that of that.
Burns,
the Legion.
doesn't it?
The interesting thing here from Nico Baby is, will we actually just be going for 1 point raise? Because, you know, if you're a safe lane Shadow Fiend, going all auras, you'll have no need for your mana, right? So does he go for the value point in raise just to be able to use his mana pool? And then he'll pivot back to like the standard of just all points, everything else. That could be a cool development on the safe lane Shadow Fiend.
There might be. I mean, it looks like, you know, the early level was...
Oh, he put it in stats. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, man.
How about this? It's getting spicy. All right, so 2 in the passive, 1 in the raise, 1 in the stats.
He values stats over -4 armor.
Tower is under attack.
I guess it maybe against the Mars, but all right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a bit of a, I mean, maybe, do you think someone else has done this build? You think this is a first for Nico Baby on the skill build?
Honestly, I've not seen the 1 point raise into 1 point stats into 2. Yeah, this is, but maybe there are a lot of DPC games happening.
There are.
Maybe I've missed one, but it's a cool development. Again, I think the value of the -4 armor is very powerful. You know, you see people start Blightstone because it's -2.
Of course.
But this is potentially why he did go for the stats, because it's like, well, if I die, this game gets awkward, so he just values surviving.
Okay.
Anything can happen in Dota.
See what they can get here. They're looking for Robot, and they'll have it. I'll get the charges here for Supreme Zern.
Don't worry, back to normality. Puts his 3rd point in Necker Mastery. Not going a bit too wild with the Shadow Fiend build.
GNZ might be in trouble here. Okay, no. He's got the stick and the fairy fire. He's fine. That mid lane with Noob's Lena, he's definitely having the sort of start where he could carry the game.
Like this game, it felt like Thug's having a pretty rough time, right? But net worth wise, he's
doing okay.
He's hugging the Invoker, yeah, and obviously the biggest winner is called Noob, and you know Mars is doing pretty well too. So CoolGuys shouldn't be too disheartened right now,
no,
and Corpus goes to start to 3rd place. So like just because Thug died once, it really isn't actually that bad, and that does give a little bit of hope to CoolGuys. Like
yeah, I'm one ahead. Yeah, it's like those deaths didn't matter at all.
It's gonna be a massacre.
See if they can get handscan hit.
Living armor and leech seed, a lot of heal.
He wants it, Funnick.
Spelled
He
free.
is going in for this one. Salve's going to be cancelled. Oh. Nice pop the second one. I mean, he will die for this. TP comes in for Supreme.
Oh, they're pretty deep there, mate.
I'm going to see if they can clean up the two of them. They'll get Amar. They'll get Funnick. Cold snap into the urn. Find time to close the gap.
Radiant's middle
Meanwhile,
tower
on top lane,
is
Jewel
under
goes
attack.
on to the Queen of Pain. He dies as well.
Yeah, they clean up both up on the top. DNZ and Thug to fall as Alliance. Seem to push that top lane in their favor, but gold-wise, yeah, CoolGuys, they still hold the lead. I mean, Aramis, he's out enough, so Roshan will knock him back. Doesn't want to get caught out by Noob sneaking around the area. Doesn't want to give any more money to this Lina.
Hey, he was actually hunting. Then Hanskin also getting the D ward mid.
I mean, Noob's going to have what the bots at a very good time. He's got the 8-minute bots.
He's already got
8-minute bots there.
I think that's where I think CoolGuys will be kicking themselves a little bit, because if they knew Lina had the bots coming in, if they delayed that bottom aggression by maybe like 30 seconds, that's going to be, you know, a Mars connecting onto a Shadow Fiend with then a Lina TPing in type of situation. But because they kind of jumped the gun, they're now delaying their ability to go aggressive. But Alliance, they see the 8-minute bots on Lina. They know they should now be careful, because any time a stun comes in on the side lane, you kind of expect Noob to make that play, as he's already walked down into the bot lane, but he is potentially scouted out by this Radiant ward, and all the fact he's just pushing it with his spells. That also kind of gives vision. But no, he's just going to start clicking this down. Only 2 ults. All right, this is my tower now.
Oh, he's clearing out the tree.
I mean, I respect that.
Nobody's TPing into this now. That secures the tower.
That was the most powerful arena I've seen all day. Just bang it down,
Radiant's
get out of my
bottom
trees,
tower has fallen.
and yeah, that's a free tower. That was pretty cool, to be fair.
Dire's
You either get a
top
kill,
tower is
or
under
you
attack.
do a lot of deforestation. Either way, it's win-win if you're Funnick.
And up top, Alliance, they'll also be able to take this one. Thug now off to the jungle.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Does have the point in Sonic Wave, so they've got
Radiant's
great bursts
middle
across
tower is
between
under
Thug
attack.
and Noob.
Dire's top tower is under
Question,
attack.
how are they going to pair up? Because you already see now the mechanisms of tree, right? It's the fact that you lose your tower, but you just park yourself bottom, you have your own
Dire's top
ward,
tower
you play on
has
it, you
fallen.
keep pushing out, and then you shift everyone else to play the other side of the map, right? So now this is where Hanskin will thrive. He might opt just to put a lot more points in living armor, play from kind of a distance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to set up on a DNZ. The tower, that Noob is around. Supreme.
Misses the stun.
Not quite going to catch there, and if it did, he probably would have gone down with the Steedy rune on Noob in the backup of Omar.
Now this is where CoolGuys can really
Radiant
punish Alliance.
structures are
Because, you know,
fortified.
we just mentioned one here will be AFK bot to some degree, or he's actually coming middle. They can try and bring everyone here.
They got the arena again.
I mean, this is going to be a big arena.
If the arena's in the trees this time,
That's a big one.
he's held back by the overgrowth. So only ends up catching Leslau. They will lose Noob. And now the team fight might fall apart a little bit for CoolGuys. They're starting to back away, but the duel will hold Funnick in place. Big Sonic Wave for Thug, but not big enough. Alliance, they're more than ready to continue to fight fit. Chasing now Thug and Omar. Quick tether to the low ground, but Thug's
Radiant's middle
got the
tower
blink
is
off.
under
Got
attack.
anything else to chase with? Let's have a look. Cookie in a second.
Looking for.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Cookie, bang on target. They'll get the 3 of them. I mean, that is all 3 cores of CoolGuys taking the hit there.
That's such a make or break
Dire's
moment for
top
CoolGuys.
tower is under attack.
The Mars didn't have a rune at the start of the fight. He's kind of walking in, waiting for it to come up. And if he hits the arena, like he did in that bot lane where he just throws it out blind, he's going to hit 3 people, connect a spear on 1.
And Noob lives.
Noob lives, right? But because he misses the arena, he too escapes the clutches of that mighty spell. Then suddenly, you know, Lina goes down and your 5k net worth, you know, Lina, gone. Oh, that was so close. That kind of hurts to see, right? Because the feeling of this game is, you know, Alliance did really well in lanes. You then see Funnick start rotating. He's making some plays to take towers. That kind of feels like the rhythm of the game that you need for Dire to play this type of draft. But that one disjoint, that one ability to just kind of disconnect a little bit and, you know, Alliance turn it around. A matter of seconds, and that could have really, like this, that could be like the most pivotal part of this game right now. Just because CoolGuys are scared to make plays again, right? Your carry Quap didn't get kills with the ultimate. Kind of throw it defensively. Your Lina dies. Like, you need every kill, every big explosive spell to net you a kill, to accelerate the fact that you're not going to hit creeps as quick as, you know, like a traditional carry. Just because you want to be fighting.
And it would be interesting to know as well, do you think CoolGuys are 12 minutes in, do do you think they'll realize that it is kind of even on the net worth, or will they feel they'll see the 10-1 and the fact that they did just lose 3 cores and they'll actually feel they're further behind than they are?
I think they're going to feel like it's somewhat even just because of the fact that they, like, that mid play, they're probably saying to each other right now, guys, we missed up the spells, right? Like, if we hit the spell, we win the fight, right? They only won the fight because of our, like, the arena, right? So I feel like right now, if you're cool guys, you'll load PMA, don't worry, lads, chill, reset, go again. You know, they're smoking. Shouldn't be too disheartened.
Symphonic.
Nika baby. Get to the arena.
Yes, he is. CB has the damage. Buke into the spear. They certainly do. They'll take him down. See what Alliance can do. Return to punish this. Quick jump over towards the Io. Let's now get the dual victory up. Overgrowth locks them down. Aramis starting to fire over with the Mortimer's kisses as CoolGuys. They'll have to split. Noob. He's not got any part of this fight. Pushed back by the deafening blast. Funnick arm and toggling his way out of this. Noob won't be able to get in on this. Thug, he'll go for the kill. Jumps in and bursts down Aramis. Laguna Blade out to Hanskin, but it's not quite enough damage. Hanskin will live. Turns with the grasp. Thug finally jumps in to finish him off. But now Thug himself could be in trouble as Lesnar Supreme. They've got their eyes on him. Thug blink out in time, and Io is coming over to back him up. Tornado does clip onto the Queen of Pain though. Nika baby in with the hits, doesn't matter. Thug's still able to jump away. Tick down low to the Spirit Vessel, but it should be fine, right?
That was pretty close.
Middle
That was
tower
rather close.
is under attack.
Yeah, now you see kind of the dominance of Alliance's lineup kind of coming into play, right? It's the fact that... Oh, wait, Nika baby. Yeah, he's chilling.
And there's a duel.
Yeah, I mean, that's a freebie.
More damage in for Lesnar. He's starting to build it up nicely. Plus 30 already.
That was pretty easy for Lesnar. Yeah, but for Alliance, it's... If CoolGuys initiate, but aren't like quick with who they kill, you have Overgrowth, you've got Living Armor, Press the Attack from Legion, Tornado from Invoker, Cookie from Snapfire, Mortimer Kisses, I can continue. It's the fact that Alliance, defensively, their draft, it is so scary. And CoolGuys, they connect into the triangle, they try to go for a kill. They do get Shadow Fiend, but Alliance are quick to react. As we see here, we get to watch Aramis die, actually. That's a fun one. Or Duke, does he Duke? I can't remember.
We get the Tornado coming in.
Ah, yes. See, wow, look at that. I mentioned the Invoker defensive nature, and they instantly bang out a highlight of that.
Yeah, some good Tornadoes coming out this game.
And production.
And we see sort of the continuation of Nico Baby's build, so just keeping the 1 in the presence and now going all out on the stats.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, as long as you've got the 1 casual point.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most valuable of them.
Just want to get as tanky as possible, do as much damage as possible. And we just saw, like, 5 minutes ago, CoolGuys, all 3 of their cores were sitting top net worth, but when you don't translate that into pickoffs and map control, that's when it kind of shifts a little bit away, and the farming efficiency of Shadow Fiend and the like will be coming in. Oh, it's got a blink, yeah.
Right there, I'll have the damage in. Leslar building it up very nicely this game. 4-0-7, he is having a fantastic one.
Yeah, it's really popped off, and I think that is the main thing, right? We mentioned as soon as the roster shuffles came in, I think a lot of people were saying, like, if Lesnar has that good game, he's going to be able to command it. He's basically just kind of moving the pieces of Alliance around the map, guys. Like, yo, if we want to get a kill, snap with me, plus a Sunstrike, we're going to be able to kill everyone if there isn't an IO, preemptively relocating them out. We get to see Hanskin park himself back bottom. But for CoolGuys, it's kind of probably waiting for their next time to come in, right? They're double defensing right now. Quap going for Lincolns, Lena going for BKB, and maybe when they hit this timing, they're going to look to make a play. But preemptively smoking pre-Lincolns. It does feel like the last game, they're down by a lot of kills, but again, the net worth isn't there. It's all about how they enter the fight. If they can, bait out a Leslar blink and then kite away, reap and kill him off, or if they catch Nika Baby off guard, it looks okay, but Alliance see through this. Instantly into Roshan. It's why Snapfire is so broken. They're in time to contest though.
Oh, it's a good arena to start things off. Catches the 4 of them. There's a great 3-man stun to follow, but they need more Noob. Not quite in range as he gets pushed back by the Requiem. They'll lose running off the back of the Promise. Thug jumps into the Sonic Wave. Nico Baby still ready to fight. Turns around, pummels into Thug with the right clicks to bring down the Queen of Pain. Just a 2-for-1 for now.
And then straight back into Roshan. Oh, that was such a beautiful initiation to the fight, hitting the 4-man arena.
Yeah, Noob just wasn't quite in range to get the light strike array after this. Just with the stun combo comes out from the 2 of them. And Nyx Assassin, he gets him with the 3-man impale, but couldn't get the follow-up off on time for the Lina. Pushed back by the Requiem, and at that point, the fight very hard to redeem there for CoolGuys.
And that was like the perfect start to a fight for CoolGuys, right? Like, it is, you're hitting multiple ravages in a row. It feels so good when you don't, like, you didn't have the Quap layering damage, you didn't have the Lina layering damage, and like, maybe, but that is a shortcoming of this type of lineup, right? Like, if you're not crushing your lanes, getting kills, the inevitable tankiness of Alliance heroes will be strong, right? Like, heroes like Quap, like Lina, they either are insane late game with the... Okay, this is what I want to see. I want to see the highlights. So, okay, they start with... Where's Noob?
So check out Noob. He can't quite get there in time. He starts to head in, but he backs off, and then that sort of backup means that he can't get in range to get the Light Strike array. Maybe if he went straight for it, he might have been able to combo that up.
But did he, like, he had BKB.
Oh, he had BKB?
He had BKB, so he basically... he did BKB to dodge an EMP.
What was he scared? Was he scared of a duel?
I think he was just scared of an EMP. Like, if you watch the replay, he just doesn't want to use BKB, dodges EMP, then comes back in. I've said a lot of Ps there. And then he just...
I mean, they needed him in. They needed him to go in.
Oh, that was...
He just sort of didn't believe it. Great initiation, but he didn't quite come in with the follow-up.
It kind of hurt, but that's the story of the game, right? The arena mid lane, it's so close, but doesn't get there. Same with Lina just there. DPC gets hit by the duel. Why Legion is very good against Nyx Assassin. You duel him up, you don't care about carry pace because you can lock him down throughout the entirety of it.
Yeah, Leslau just continuing his rule of this game. Funnick, he's going to go to the arena here. Leslau blinking in to save out his bro. Great stuff here from Leslau. As Funnick will die for this one. CoolGuys, they have to run. As, yeah. I mean, Leslau's just doing it all here, really. He's playing on the offensive, playing on the defensive. He's got the whole team covered.
This is such a fun Legion game, actually, because whoever you duel should die. And then if you survive the initiation, the value of this pressed attack is so good, as you see it save mid as well. And now, the beauty of... Okay, you have Shadowfiend, who's a big right-clicker. You want to get as many clicks out as possible. You pump a Solar Crest, an Alacrity, a Press the Attack, and a Living Armor. Every single hero of Alliance provides some type of amplification for Nika Baby. As Leslau amplifies his Invoker once again, going bot lane. But now we get to see the value of Io come into play, at least with the Relocate book. This is a pretty exciting draft because it's just everything on Nika Baby. If he gets to, like, Satanic BKB, I worry about where the damage comes from to kill the Shadowfiend.
I don't think they can burst him. It's going to be hard. Omar, on the other hand, not a chance down there as he comes back off the relocate.
Yeah, right now, CoolGuys, I think they're accepting that the small fights aren't coming into play. They're going to have to try and buy some time, wait for this Aegis to run out, and just lean on the fact that Lina, she can't do so much damage in these fights once she gets to, like, Daedalus kind of territory. If she can back, throw some spells out, press BKB, right click, you can outrange the Shadowfiend, you can maybe get something going your way, but that's also on the basis of Legion having no duel available, Tree not having Blink to overgrowth you to stop you from pumping out the damage. But again, there is an avenue for CoolGuys to play this. It is very much based on Alliance giving them the fight in a weaker position.
I mean, that is the thing. It's still pretty wild, right? It's 21-5. Alliance, they've got the Aegis, but they're only 3k gold ahead.
I mean, that's the beauty of Dota, right? There's so much gold on the map, passively and jungly and all whatnot. You can have these games where kills don't truly reflect, but kills aside, I kind of do agree with what the kill score is saying, though, because I feel like Nika Baby's kind of skipped ahead in the carry department, where if I compare the carry of CoolGuys, the Quap inventory, to the right-clicking Shadowfiend,
it doesn't feel like a nice comparison for CoolGuys.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Like, you are lacking the physical damage, which is quite a core component of winning a Dota game. Look at that is some nice gold breakdowns. Basically just ancient farming, right? It's the fact that Shadowfiend can actually farm ancients. It's an extra K gold from that. And then some kills to sprinkle into.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And then going like... I don't want to be too concerned here, but...
You don't like the Orchid, or...
I just don't think I like it. It's just...
You're getting it, at the same point of the game where, like, BKBs are out.
Legion with the press, the attack. Like,
Nika Baby, he doesn't care about being silenced.
We could just say Radiant at this point, because they are doing rather well. But yeah, it very much is... they're hoping to maybe get that jump, surprise them that one time to give themselves some momentum. And that's kind of what they're itemizing for, right? It's the fight to shift the balance of the game. And you see Lena actually just going for a satanic.
I think she has to go right click this game, Noob.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like
This is the only way they can sort of pull it back in these fights. They've got to have a hard hitter.
and in this type of game, right, you want to fight ideally under tower aura to try and offset the Shadow Fiend, but instead they're smoking up. This is kind of like the Hail Mary, right? We've seen it before. Teams like Liquid where they make this beautiful wraparound smoke where you cut behind. Unfortunately, CoolGuys don't do that. They just push out mid lane, and instead they're shifting the balance of the map, right? They try and occupy Radiant. If Alliance want to hit bottom tier 2, they start hitting mid tier 1, but I feel like Alliance can do literally anything they want right now. They can sweep on back over and farm whatever they need. This smoke not really connecting. And you can see kind of like the awkwardness right now you can feel CoolGuys having.
Nika, baby. They focus to turn the fight off. Burst comes in from Noob. Can they bring it down? They can.
Okay.
This is coming in from Aramis, though. Doing quite a lot. Definitely blast up the mark there. Doesn't help to Punic. Punic tries to toggle his way out of this. As a Spirit Vessel upon him, Punic will fall. Jump forward from Thug over towards Supremus. Thug goes in aggressively, trying to get this Invoker. He's not going to be able to do so, at least for now. Jumps over again to Supreme. Orchid's back up in with the silence. Noob does have the right click. He's managed to bring down another. Noob doing the damage here. They've managed to find 2 members of Alliance. Sure, they've lost 3 themselves, but all things considered, this is not a bad fight for CoolGuys. They get something out of it. Noob is able to pop off a little bit.
I mean, he's got nearly 1,300 gold from that. And that all started from CoolGuys making this kind of weird smoke to mid, half click tier 1, into then quickly TPing bottom. And through that kind of those small aggressions, Alliance did get a little bit disconnected, right? They brought Leslau to mid tier 1 to try and 1v5 defend. Nika Baby still playing bottom. They got a little bit comfortable. And in that comfort, CoolGuys were able to actually punish it a little bit. Does it change the kind of momentum of this game? I don't think so, but it gives CoolGuys that confidence, right? It's like, well, if we do isolate Nika Baby, like, if you look at his inventory, he is going rather greedy, right? Like, he's going for the, I will be the one clicking everything, not dying, because he has so many accelerants. He needs to go SMY, Skadi, Dragon Lance, because everything's being thrown on him. He's the building hitter. After this, it'll probably be like BKB Satanic Butterfly, and then he's going to be, you know, living the dream, maybe even a Daedalus instead of the Butterfly. That's when it's the unkillable. So right now, CoolGuys, they have to keep going. They have to keep finding the fights.
Punic. Start action up on Aramis, but there's going to be the counterplay. Jump in with the duel. They find big target. The stage is going to be a tail. The room overgrowth. Hanskins in to stop them from getting them out of there with a relocate. Alliance, they get the kills. 2 great jumps there from Leslau and from Hansken. Leslau locking down Noob, stopping his output onto the rest of Alliance. And Hansken, of course, stopping that attempted save. Alliance don't get the 3 of them, and now they could maybe even look to push up to the high ground.
That's the really nice thing about Tree against IO, because the size of overgrowth, if you just blink behind the hero that they're trying to save, you're probably going to be clipping that relocate. And of course, if the IO gets stunned or rooted during relocate the timing, it will cancel. So that's what allows that play to be so good. And unfortunately for CoolGuys, it feels like that they had such a taste of victory. They needed to split up Alliance one more time to take that type of play. Like, I wanted them to be aggressive, but like calculated aggression. Jump the target that you really need to kill. Unfortunately for them, they jump the Snapfire, they don't get that clean kill. It becomes a little bit awkward. That's when Alliance instantly jump and you know, they play like a shark and react rather quickly.
Into the pit they go.
Alright, well, please. You've got, look at this. That's a Shadow Fiend, by the way.
Look at them go, Nico, baby.
Yeah.
Fully buffed up. Roshan, not a chance against this SF. I'll take this in Alliance. They can keep it up on the aggressive. They've already taken the top set of racks. They're ready to look for more.
And Alliance, as long as they walk together and play as a unit, that's when they're really going to put the squeeze on CoolGuys. It's only through playing the entire map, trying to defend every little mini move, and truly trying to like squeeze CoolGuys out of the game. That's when it gives openings for CoolGuys to find those pickoffs like we saw before. But I think Alliance, they're going to have that read. They are going to start moving a little bit more together, playing on the fact that they just have vision on the high ground spots, and allow Nika Baby to A-click his way through this game.
Down the mid they go. CoolGuys, what are they going to turn up with?
Radiant's bottom
Trying to
tower
deal with
is
this
under
SF
attack.
twice is
That was cool. Nice little
quite the
blink.
challenge.
Dead, he's wrapped around. Again, Alliance. They put the sentry behind Nika Baby. They throw everything onto him. Gives him the confidence to be able to click.
Hunting. Not able to do more than that. Leslau able to break any sort of combo that will come down onto the SF. How do they start this defense, cool guys? So hard with Nika Baby having this backup of Leslau. I mean, the whole team ready. Alliance are very ready to fight if Nico Baby gets jumped.
And this is the awkward thing, right?
Gonna try get DNZ. Look at the start of the backlines. They're good as well. They're focusing down Supreme. They've got him. They take out Supreme. Leslau's in with the duel onto Funnick, but hasn't got enough damage straight up to kill off Funnick. Nico Baby moves in, kills off Omar. Cool guys, have they got more to offer? Spear into Nico Baby, but Nico Baby still with a lot of HP to fight with. The stun control is there, however, as Nico Baby's down the watch. They got anything to set up for a second time. Aramis is going to jump in with the blast to bring down Funnick. DNZ holding their own. Okay, DNZ not so much as Nico Baby, and Aramis makes short work of him. Yeah, Funnick back into action looking for Aramis, but now he's going to have to deal with this SF beating into him. Funnick using the shield to his best to try and stay alive against Nico Baby. Can these two do it? I mean, everybody else in the Alliance has been killed off. So this Shadow Fiend is still quite the nightmare to deal with. They get the spear locked down. It's going to go for the TP out. There's nothing else to put a stop to it. Nico Baby chooses the right time to back off. He's out of there alive. The rest of Alliance, though, however, of course, do go down. They did have to expend 2 buybacks to do so, though, on the defense here, cool guys.
And that is kind of, you know, think about how Team Spirit was able to take a lot of games at TI. It's the Magnus, the Skewer, the repositioning of a hero into unfavorable positions. Kind of happened here as well, where you have Mars spearing the Shadow Fiend to the tier 3, and in that kind of moment of, oh, they got him. You have Supreme stepping out of position, instantly kill him off. So, again, like, they were able to utilize that Mars in a defensive way to unlock the fight, but we just saw there, that's when Nika Baby able to A-click his way. Of course, he did actually die once, right? Because
He did.
of the Aegis,
They
but
got the Aegis out of him.
that's still pretty scary if you're cool guys. I think now for Alliance, this is the smoke where if they get confident and take a fight at base, cool guys might be able to punish them. But if it's in this open area, that's when I think cool guys might look to crumble. But Funnick here, Funnick, grab.
It's going to be wrapped up perfectly. They get the duel locked down onto Noob. Noob's out, Funnick as well. Both heroes down, no buyback.
Mars on cooldown for 6 minutes, and Lena financially not able to invest in herself with a buyback, 500 gold. 70 seconds. This could just be mid.
It might be, yeah.
I mean, look at him, he knows.
Yeah, Nico Baby knows that, he knows for sure at least that Funnick can't get back into the game.
And the fact that they haven't brought back when Thug TP'd there, like, you kind of have the feeling, wait, they shouldn't have it. Of course they know Mars doesn't have buyback, but it's the Lena, that's the one in question here. If Mars had, if Lena had buyback, she'd already be using it, right? Because of course Mars actively advertised to everyone that there isn't one, so they know that it's going to be a 3v5. They know that this is their moment to win the game. Perfect.
He jumps in, Cataclysm's out, Thug's gone, no buyback on him either. The overgrowth into the close range kisses. Alliance will clean him up, the GG, it'll be cool. As Alliance will take game 2, the series, it's theirs. And definitely an important win for Alliance to get themselves that momentum they need in the league. Obviously suffering with 2 losses so far, now they've got themselves a win. Not necessarily the most difficult of opponents for Alliance when you look at